but that's okay.
You got it, Kat? Or drop it.
Ready, go. So we have our cat, right? You have your nose and then the tongue, right? For the pharynx, we'd have to open this up, right? Take the jaw so we can actually see the throat. Here we can see the larynx with that thyroid cartilage and that front shield. Then you have the trachea with these nice tracheal rings here, these tracheal cartilages. Posterior to that, you have the esophagus, this muscular tube that does peristalsis to bring the food to the stomach, which is down here. So here's your stomach. And coming off of the greater curvature of the stomach is this nice greater omentum or fatty apron. All right, so we're gonna just kind of move the fatty apron off to the side for now. So you have your stomach. You have the rounded kind of portion of the stomach, that's the fundus. Then the main area is the body. And you have this little lesser curvature here, and the mesentery coming off of the lesser curvature is the lesser omentum. Then this narrowing right before we go into the small intestine is the pylorus, and there's a smooth muscle ring here is your pyloric sphincter. Then you have the duodenum, right, which is this first part of the small intestine. It's not very long, it ends like about here. Right? You know because the duodenum is not included in the mesentery proper, and the mesentery proper is all of this, okay, this kind of fancy mesentery that's attaching to the small intestine. And so when you follow the duodenum, okay, this is not mesentery proper, but it turns into mesentery proper about here. Right, now this is proper. So now you've transferred into the jejunum. So from the duodenum to the jejunum. And then for the other part, the last part of the small intestine is the ileum. And what I'll do for that, all right, sorry, I'm trying to find my cecum. All right, what I'll do for that is I'll find the cecum and I'll point to it pretty close to the cecum so that you know that it's the end of the small intestine. Here we go. So here's the cecum. Right, with its little curl here at the end. So this is part of the large intestine. So then that means that this is the ileum, right, the small intestine part that leads into the cecum. The ileum is pretty large, but the way that I'll label it on the exam is close to the cecum so that you know that it's the ileum. And in between the ileum and the cecum is the ileocecal valve. Right, and so if you kind of push on here, right, there's a smooth muscle band right here that controls the movement of material from the ileum into your cecum. We also should have a little, let's see, I'm trying to see if I can find a little bit of the appendix, but it doesn't, yeah, I'd have to dig a little bit harder to see if I can find part of the appendix, but all right. So then for your large intestine, right, cecum, ascending portion of the, right, ascending colon, and then transverse colon as it comes to the side here, right, and then descending, and then sigmoid as it goes, right, down in where the pelvis is, and then anus, right, outside part, right, that exit there. We have our transverse mesocolon as well, right, and that's going to be right, this part right here, right, this mesentery. Let's see what else. So kind of coming back up, right, hitting all the stuff that you have to know for your exam. So we have the lungs. We also have the liver. Your cats have much larger livers than us because they eat a lot of vermin, so they have to clean their stuff really well. Then you have the gallbladder here. All right, so the gallbladder stores the bile that the liver makes. And then you have the cystic duct, right, coming off of the gallbladder. So there's your cystic duct. Let's see if we can find the common bile duct. I think it's like it's in this tissue here, so we'd have to cut that to try to find it. Pancreas. Let's see this gland right here. Right, there's the pancreas, producing hormones and exocrine secretions like digestive enzymes and sodium bicarbonate. Here's your spleen. Big old spleen in the cat. All right, so this is doing an immune function. The white pulp will have a lot of lymphocytes on it for your immune function, and it also, in the red pulp, removes old red blood cells. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Hostrum. All right, so hostrum. Right, hostrum is a pouch. So if you kind of let this like relax, right, any kind of pouches that you see, you kind of see these little ripples in here. right? Like that's a rostrum, that's a rostrum. All right, so there are these kind of ripples in the large intestine. So we've gotten all of that. All right, can you press back real fast, see if I missed anything? Okay. Oh yeah, plique. So we cut it open and we tried to see look for plique, but we couldn't really get, very good ones like going. But if you see these kind of like little hairs in there, right, that's the villi of the small intestine. So yeah, we'll have to try another area to see if we can find plique. Larynx we got, and then all right, I think we got the rest.